the MC, MNG.
And I am the master, Shen Lo.
What up, y'all?
Together we are
Deep
Sector. Peace.
Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah. So we were just talking about my new approach to music. So I've been, I don't know, you get kind of like stuck in your own way. So I've been at this point for the past couple weeks just writing shit that I don't like. I keep writing shit. I'm like, fuck, man, this is just not it. Trash it. I write whole verses, bro. Trash. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, I never really used to do that. Usually I always was like a sure-footed thinker. It's the best way I could put it. I was never like, I wrote something that was certain for what I was gonna. That was it. That's what needed to be there. But now I'm at this point where I'm like, I've written a lot. I've got a lot of experience, so I've gotten certain developments in myself, and it makes me look at my music certain ways. And I'm like, it just doesn't hit right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's too many syllables here. And I'm like super critical, or literally flat out, this shit just sucks. It don't sound right. Like, it was, I don't know where I was going with that. So I've been completely redesigning, my creativity, I guess I could say, in a way that I like how Locksmith is able to mediate between like a mainstream sound and like underground. He's really good at that. So he'll have more of a mainstream type hook. It's like super catchy, you know what I'm saying? And actually you could tell it's going to reach out to more of a mass audience. And his verses are always solid. He always has he's always spitting game. You know what I'm saying? He's always dropping knowledge, wisdom. He never loses his integrity, as an artist. When most people, they give themselves, they completely lose their freaking morals, what they stand for and everything just to freaking be this. You know what I'm saying? And I like how he's able to still hold his ground, get the traction that he has, be such a pillar in music and, just still be himself, and, not lose sense of himself. Because a lot of people, they kind of just get in this shit and then they're just lost. That's one thing I'm always about, just about being you. You got to be you. You feel me? So, so I'm at this point, how do I mediate that? Because I got to be able to appeal to, certain audience too, to more audiences, and I also got to be able to stay true to myself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Just figuring out, my way with words and stuff like that. And this new song I'm working on is pretty interesting. It's a different approach. It's more of a like a party vibe, I guess. And my verses are getting better. I feel like I found a way to kind of tie in my verses with that type of thinking now. Before, I just kind of didn't have the thought process complete enough to where I could see it all the way through. So that's where I'm at in my music, at least.
No doubt. That's good, man. It's important. I think, I prefer to be my biggest critic, because then it saves, me having to hear something down the line where it's surprising to me. I prefer to be on top of it. And, and it honestly, that's kind of been more of a problem for me too, that I've gotten more critical as I've made more music.
Dude.
And I mean, I think it's important,
That's a huge thing. I read this book, Zen Mind, The Beginner's Mind. Okay. It always talks about the expert's mind, how it is the most confined, pretty much. So an expert only sees so many ways of doing things, but a beginner with his fresh knowledge, he has a new approach, so he has the ability to look at things differently. You know what I'm saying? The expert gets so caught up in his way that he can't see it another way. It has to be this way. You know, this is the only way he can see it. Is how he learned. This is the way it is. You know, why would it be any other way? This is right. This is what works. You feel me? And it's efficient and effective for the expert. You know, but as a learner, you want to be able to, have that experienced mind, but be able to still retain that beginner's mind. So you can, if you get caught in your own way, you can learn, you could be able to look at things differently. You know what I'm saying? And not get caught up in your own way and stuff like that. Like you got 35-year-olds who you can't even have a real conversation with because, they think a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, once you get a certain age, you do kind of get
closed-minded.
Closed-minded. They say, at least I heard, when you're 25, your mind's fully developed. So maybe that's when you start really closing off and you really, like, how your thought process is, that's how you think, after you're 25. So, like, I've been, like, kind of, like, adjusting my thought process because I don't want to be that kind of dude that's, like, stuck in a way of thinking when he's older. I want to be able to learn from the newer generations. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a huge problem that I've seen is that older generations, they don't want to learn from us a lot of times because we're young. We don't know shit. We ain't experienced nothing, which is true, but that doesn't mean we don't know shit. It doesn't mean that what we have to say doesn't fucking matter or doesn't have any,
don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't have any fucking
merit.
Yeah, any merit. Exactly. And like that was always my thing. So I've always been, like debating with freaking older people about that type of shit since I was 15 years old, because they don't show our generations like a respect that I feel like should just be given to human beings, you know what I'm saying, in general. Like anybody can know something, like honestly, my little brother is a smart-ass little kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids these days, they smart as hell, Yeah, they don't know everything. And, yeah, we still got to teach them right. But it isn't – we shouldn't just disregard, what they have that's within them because it really creates a dysfunction, It did for me, because I didn't want to talk to people, and I kind of – my thought process, I felt like got slowed down. I feel like if I was able to, interact with people on a more real level, I didn't have to hold back so much. I wouldn't have been so like, I would have been more ahead of myself. Like I would have been more on top of myself. I wouldn't have been falling behind and shit like that.
Yeah.
Because I would have been able to keep up with everybody, and be on the same level with people. But I wasn't there with people. I was somewhere else. I don't know.
That's real, man. I mean, it's hard, like learning that, how do I put it? That it's like, yeah, it's interesting, man, because I was kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum, like for the most part, because, my grandmother raised me and stuff, so it was kind of different, I wasn't directly her kid, but I was her grandkid, so like I felt that, left a little bit of leeway, she wasn't as, strict with me as say my mother was, but obviously is because, she had learned things too, she had seen how she was with her kids and, maybe she wanted to be different. And, yeah, I mean, it's interesting, and being, like, because my grandmother always pushed me to be open and honest and always used, like, reverse psychology to get the honesty out of me. So I always just came honest with her, at a certain point. So it's just, it is interesting, the dynamic of, being able to speak freely or, express yourself, as opposed to not being able to. Because, I mean, like, later in life, like, after I did my acting classes and stuff, I became a little more, what's the word? Not just more of, introspective, more what's that word? Not more of an introvert, And so like, you know, it was more of the learning of, you know, that I didn't want to talk, you know, that I wanted to listen, you know, but also at the same time, it was kind of felt like sometimes some of the things I would say wouldn't just be understood, you know, because I was at a different state, you know, my mind was in a growing state where it was learning different things, and not everybody around me was going through those same things, you know, so it's
That's
interesting.
exactly what I was going through, you know, growing up. You know, because like I was different. I grew up. I'm born into a family. I have 4 older brothers. They're all my half brothers. They all have the same dad. You know, I have a different dad, so I'm automatically different with just by that alone. You know, so I'm in this family, and everybody's like super kind of crazy. You know, and I'm like I was more of a calm kid. You know, I was chill. You know, and then I just felt like just being around all these people. I was like, man, why am I here? Like, like it just seems like I would like this isn't where I would be. You know, that's how it kind of seemed. Like I felt misplaced. You know, and I felt like I was going through everything totally different. I experienced everything different. You know, like I used to always tell my brothers, like you know, I'm not my brothers all the time, but I tell people all the time, like I'm not like my brothers. You know, and I am, but I'm not in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have some of the same, you know, triggers or whatever. And, you know, like, some of the same responses as my brothers, but that's just from growing up with them. You know, but, like, just naturally me. I'm like, I'm really just a chill person. I like to just kind of just chill, you know, be creative, you know. I always wanted to be interactive, but I didn't really have opportunities so much for that, you know. But so I was always a socially awkward kid, but when you got to know me, you know, I was super open. You feel me?
Yeah,
like Ronald was always the more interactive person. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for Ronald, I wouldn't have had friends. I ain't gonna front. Ronald, he always he was like one of my only friends that I really, you know, stuck with me through all my school experiences. Because I went to a lot of different schools or whatever. And Ronald just, you know, I don't know, we stayed connected. And like he brought you and Harrison and everybody else into my life. You know, like like now I'm able to make friends now, you know, because I've got out of my own way and things like that, and learned how to connect with people in other ways. But yeah, before I didn't know how to like make friends. Really, it was real awkward for me. So I used to make friends through other people, you know, like Ronald. You know, he was that dude. He's just such a people person. I'm like, what the fuck? How are you like this? And it's funny because he's so quiet too. He always had the most friends.
Ronald. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Yeah, but he was always doing shit, you know, always down to play some football or, you know, just out there.
That's why he had so many friends, because he was always down. He was always down for shit. Do something fun.
Yeah, you know, just play some guns or something, you know, BB guns.
Yes, just shooting each other. Shotgun to the gut, bro.
Yeah, he was down.
Old times, bro.
Down to drink some vodka all day.
All day, bro. Yeah, he could drink, bro. He could drink for sure. Yeah. Like, honestly, Ronald, he could hold himself, you know, and when he would, you know, do like psychedelics, you know, and drink. He was always really just like had this stability in him. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always really admired Ronald on that, because it's like you can't shake him. You know, like shit would happen. Like Ronald's been through it. Anybody that know Ronald, he been through it. You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker came out of that shit, and look at him. He got his own house. He got a wife. He got a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a zoo.
He got a zoo, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude is living it, you know? Like, that's how he wants to live his life. He loves his fucking life. If you look at this dude, bro, you could tell he's fucking happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have nothing but respect for Ronald. You feel me? We used to make fun of him because he used to never try to fuck chicks and shit all the time.
Yeah, we used to dog on Ronald. Sorry, Ronald.
What the fuck? You should have fucked her, bro. Oh, how was she in your bed? And you ain't fucking.
Yeah.
And now look at him. He married with kids and he's happy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, Ronald was probably on to something the whole time. We just didn't even know it, bro. Like he knew what he was doing. You feel me? Like,
no doubt. No doubt. It's always interesting to look back on, just the past.
Oh yeah, we've been through a lot, bro, and we're still going through it. Still going through life. Life's still going, man. It's crazy.
Don't stop.
It's so crazy
until it does.
Until it does. I always talk about, man, like for me right now, death does not exist, because I'm alive. Essentially, I don't know death. People die around me, so like I see that, and I know it hurts, and I've never really even experienced it, so I don't even know how to approach it.
So you never really had anybody close to you pass? Interesting.
It's always tough for me when I have someone around me and they have someone that passed and I can't relate, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't really even know what to do, I'm just kind of trying to be there. You want to be nice, because that's a hard situation to go through, I can imagine. And I can only imagine, because I literally haven't been through it. It's just so weird. It's such a weird thing for me, It like almost doesn't exist for me at this point, just because of I have not had that encounter with it, with anybody around me, and I haven't experienced it myself, obviously. So I don't know what death is, They say it comes with life.
It's an illusion.
I don't know, man. I'm not trying to knock death, you know what I'm saying, because it definitely has a place, but I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't experienced it.
Yeah. So I'm not scared of death. I have no emotion attachment to it at all. That's how I am. I'm completely just oblivious to it, a neutral. I'm outside of it at this point. And then, because I have a theory, bro. It's possible to live forever. You know what I'm saying? I really think it is possible to live forever. We just kind of lose the will to live a lot of times.
Interesting. Let's get tired of living.
Bro, observe. when you're a kid, you have so much life in you. You want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? When you're young and you're able to start doing shit, and you know what I'm saying? Somewhere along the line, you stop wanting to do shit. You start doing less and less and less, and then you just keep wanting to do less and less and less and less. You know what I'm saying? And then I really feel like that type of thinking, because how they say your thoughts create emotions, and it creates this endless cycle of thought of your emotions creating more thoughts, and then thoughts creating emotions, more thoughts, emotions, more thoughts. And that type of thinking, creates a certain type of chemical or chemistry in your body that goes against your body. And maybe that's where cancers and shit like that come from, because we're thinking against ourselves, we're not thinking with ourselves.
Well, it's interesting too, because anxiety's real. You know what I mean? It's like a mental stress that literally works on the body. And I mean it's interesting, man. Shit's real. So I see your point though. It is interesting because to think maybe what suicide thoughts, what if those give you an internal sort of signal for something to not it's interesting to think like that, because even my grandfather, he doesn't think exactly like that, but he's of the opinion that a lot of people, as soon as they retire, they die, because they just stop moving. You know, they stop doing stuff. They just sit down, watch TV, and, you know, get sick and die. And so, yeah, you know, he's retired, and he just continually is, you know, working on the house, doing
your grandpa's
something.
pretty healthy. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, you know, and that's the thing too. You know, it's not just, there's obviously more than just, you know, sitting down and watch TV. There's things that lead up to it, you know, bad health, everything, you know. So, I mean, you know, but it's an interesting point, you know, that like, you know, the inaction, you know, or the choice to, you know, like, and I mean, if you do, you know, have that mindset where you're, you know, you're just tired of living, you know, you do tend to do certain actions, you know, make certain choices, you know, whether consciously or unconsciously.
Exactly, you know, and they, like it's in my like literally, it's a theory. My theory is if you're able to keep that childlike spirit, you know, and that want to do everything, that want for life, you know, like my dog walks around here, you could tell he wants to live, he wants to attack that toy. You know what I'm saying? He's in that shit, you know, like so you have that energy. If you're able to keep that energy forever, you might be able to live forever. That's my thought. I don't know. It's a theory. You know what I'm saying? It has to be tested, of course, for it to be proven. But
yeah, it's a theory, you know, something you thought about.
But thoughts, and your feelings have been proven to have a great effect on just well-being in general. You know what I'm saying? It's proven, bro. You know, it's scientifically proven. You know, that's why, you know, depression is a thing. You know, like anxiety is a thing. You know, like this shit affects you. You know, so you gotta I don't know. I've been working on myself, you know, because I do experience anxiety. I've experienced depression. You know, it's I never used to believe in this shit. Maybe like I don't believe in death. You know what I'm saying? But I never used to believe in it. You know, it never happened for me. You know, depression and shit like that. And then it happened. Then it happened, and I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, it was weird for me. It was a whole different experience. I didn't even know how to interact or engage it. But I think that actually gave me a strength. You know, because I was able to like come at it totally differently. You know, and I've worked through my own depression. I'm not depressed anymore. You know, I'm happy. I love my fucking life, bro. I'm living. I'm smoking a blunt. We on this podcast, bro. We kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go to work after this. I'm gonna be smiling all day. Like, you know, I love my life. You know, like it's just about getting to that point with you know, I think it's just about more acceptance with things. You know, because a lot of times we tend to forget how great our lives really are. We get caught up in bullshit. You know, thinking our lives need to be this way or that way or the other.
Expectations not being met.
Exactly, bro. Like, my brother, you know, what made me really realize it was my brother. You know, like, I was on the phone with my brother. He's in jail, okay? I was like, bro, I'm going through it. You know, like, I was, like, in a really rough headspace. You know, I was telling him how I was going through it. And he's like, bro, you know, like, I know you probably don't want to hear it from me. He's like, but honestly, it kind of sounds like you kind of take this shit for granted right now. Like, you out there, you know, you got all your shit, you know, like you doing, like, you got bills, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you got a house, bro. You out, you free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got your car, you know, like. At first, I was kind of mad. He was telling me anything, you know, like, fuck, you know, just in my head, you know. But I thought about it after, like, he's right. I really am taking shit for granted, bro. Like, yeah, bills be stressful and shit like that, but, bro, I'm living, like, I'm living better than so many people right now. Like, straight up, you know what I'm saying? And that's not to put anyone down. It's just, like, I'm blessed to that degree. You feel me? To be able to be in this position where I can hold my own like this. And I just had to realize that, you know? Like, my brother told me that, and I've been... So ever since he told me that, I feel like I haven't been stressing about shit no more. You know, bills are still here. And they're always going to be here. They're not going fucking nowhere. So, whatever, man. I just got to deal with it, figure my way out, maneuver through that, you know what I'm saying? And... bro, like, my life is good. I have nothing to fucking really be like complaining over. That's for damn sure. Like straight up.
Definitely, man. Definitely. It's good to.
Another thing, yeah. I seen this homeless dude, right? You know, because a lot of times you kind of just like you just see homeless dudes and they're just homeless, you know. But this dude it was cold, bro. Like he was freezing. So I was like, damn, man, that shit sucks. That's why I was like, I don't got no money or nothing, man. You know, I'd help you out. He goes out. He's like, yeah, it's all good. So I just wish I had I wish I had a blanket or something. You know. I was like, hold on, bro. Actually, I might have a blanket. I just so happened to have a fucking blanket in my trunk. So I was like, bro, I bought that blanket years ago. You know, I've had it forever. You know, like literally, when I talk about this journey that I've started on my own, you know, like this is the blanket I started that journey with. You know, like so, you know, so I gave that blanket to him, and he goes, man, God bless you, man. I could tell that God was really put you in my life. You know, and I was like, man, honestly, because like before, like honestly, I feel like a couple years ago, I wouldn't have gave him my blanket. I was struggling to that degree, bro. Like, where I felt like I didn't have enough, bro. You know, I was kind of homeless. You know, I was living on my homeboy's couch and shit. You feel me? Like, I had somewhere to be, which I'm always grateful for. You feel me? So, but in a sense, I was kind of homeless. You know, I didn't have a home, but yeah, I would like. I'm glad I was able to be able to be at that point where I could give him that blanket. You know, I was like, man, that made me feel great. I feel like I really helped that dude. I feel like I really made his night. You know, like he probably felt like so much better. You know, just because he had that blanket, he was able to generate some type of warmth. You feel me? He was able to cover himself, wrap himself up in that shit. You know, like I don't fucking need that shit. That shit was just like I had it in my trunk literally just in case I like got stranded or some shit. You know, like
Yeah.
like I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start doing shit like that. You know, I'm gonna have extra shit. You know, like if I'm gonna have that much extra shit, you know, like if I really got extra, you know, I'll give. You know, like straight up. You feel me? If the opportunity presents itself and I feel like I need to. That's how I felt with that dude. I was like, man, this dude he really fucking just wants a blanket, bro. Like,
It's good to be selfless, man. And I mean, yeah, especially if you have extra. You know, if you don't need it or want it, you know, why just be greedy because it's yours, you know?
For real, bro. Like, we get so caught up in that. I ain't gonna lie. I forget how to play Uno again.
So, okay, essentially, you know, play the card as it is. But the way I like to do it is if you have a draw 4 or choose a color card, just drop that and then also drop the color you want.
So that's a draw 4?
That one's just a regular 4.
Okay.
So yeah, the first color is green. I'll go first.
So you match the color?
Or the number.
Okay.
And if you don't have it, then you got to draw. And then when you get your last one, you just say Uno. And then, yeah, the first one to get to no cards wins.
Okay.
Green 1.
It's been a long time since I played Uno.
Yeah, I was playing it the other day with the family. It was quite interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's usually the move. Playing it with the fam. The fam, bam, da wham, damn, damn.
Oh, yeah.
Bam. Bam. Damn.
Life's a trip, bro.
Life's a trip. I gotta use this.
Okay. And then, yeah, so then drop a color card, whatever color you want to change it to.
I'm gonna change it to green.
Okay. If you'd like to drop a green. That's the way I like to play.
Yeah. bam, bam, damn. Is that a 9?
Yeah, it's a 9. Nueve.
No, oh, wild cards. That's just whatever color? Or you change it?
Yeah, whatever color I choose. Then I'm going to choose blue.
Fucking guy. Okay.
Oh, man.
So say you still don't, you draw a card, you don't get the color.
You have to keep drawing.
You draw it.
Until you get the number or the color. 6.
Wham, bam, bam, damn.
So I'm not sure how this works. So it's a reverse. So that means that'll just, the rotation would switch. But, I mean, it's only 2 of us, so.
I know there's not really a rotation.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just keep, you go then, right?
I would say so.
Good.
Good. You're a fucker. You fucker.
Oh, man. You know, I love being selfless, bro. You know, and being just thoughtful, you know, about what you have. Because, yeah, it's good to stand back sometimes. And just, yeah, because we have a lot, man. We really do, too. Oh, goddamn. Yeah. Because, you know, yeah, when we're blessed, man,
No, for real. Especially in America, bro.
draw 4.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Americans are super blessed beyond belief.
Draw 4, though.
Draw 4?
Draw 4.
Fuck you.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, everybody's situation is different, you know, but yeah, you know, in a certain way, there's, I mean, you know, everybody's different, you know, race is real, but opportunities are different, and I believe, you know, at least the opportunities I've had, you know, I've been, you know, given some good opportunities, you know, and it's good to be grateful, you know, it could have been worse, it could always be worse with everything, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to let it be worse.
Yeah.
Or make it worse.
Yeah, you know, it's perspective. Exactly. Like, yeah, it could never be worse. But, you know, it's all about how you look at it. Did you drop this? No, you
No,
go.
I'm about to go.
You got a deck there.
I'm about to draw 2. Yeah, I do got a deck.
Oh, good. Here. Draw another 4. And then red, skip. Oh, see, but then that'd be my turn. God damn it. Draw another 4. Green. So here, draw 8.
Wow. Draw 8.
I'm sure you got something there to rain on me, Lo. You should have something there.
This is whack. I'm about to piece you. Watch. All right.
Piece me up, though. Oh, man.
Some nature. Nature.
Tell me about nature, Lo. No, I can't wait to go on hikes, man. I want to go on hikes.
Nate, I know hikes are amazing, bro. I haven't been on a hike for a little while. It's been a little while.
We should go, man. To Golden Gate Canyon.
Where's that at?
It's in Boulder.
I'm down. When you trying to go?
I mean, maybe after this next snowstorm. There should be some sunny days.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, man. It's
But
good to get out. Oh,
one thing I really wanted to say about nature.
what about it, Lo?
All right. Birds. Let's talk about birds for a second.
You mean the government drones? No, what about birds?
The
God damn it,
drones. Gosh dang it. Catch up with that
Wait,
deck.
draw 2.
Oh, really? You could do that?
I
Okay.
can do that.
Fuck, hold on. Okay. Birds. So birds. You know how birds are always chirping?
Yeah, birds chirping. Do you know why they chirp?
Why do they chirp? Let me hear this.
Because they don't gotta go to work in the morning.
I think they're trying to talk to us.
No, but that's where you're going?
Yeah, that's what I was going.
Trying to talk to us, huh?
I heard that one, though. I really believe they're trying to talk to us or interact with us in some way, shape, or form to, like, test our energies. I feel like birds are, in a way, our first link to nature. So birds will kind of send the waves out to the rest of the animal kingdom on how humans are acting. Because animals seem to have themselves figured out. They know how to interact with each other. They have a set way of being with each other. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it's cats and dogs are cats and dogs together. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes cats and dogs get along, but sometimes they don't. Like like lions hunt gazelle run for the lions. They fucking know. Like it's like a set thing. But with humans and animals don't know how humans can interact. A human could kill an animal. He might catch him. He might just leave him alone. It's kind of, humans are real unpredictable. So animals are like always on guard with us. That's why I feel like they attack us. Like they always say, they attack us because they're scared. They don't attack us 'cause we're not their prey. Unless they're really hungry. But I feel like the more we can establish a better connection with animals, we can learn to better interact with them, and live in harmony, for sure.
Birds, I definitely do feel they could communicate. I feel, all animals communicate in some way, at least to each other and, on some different frequency or, different ways.
Exactly.
Maybe not even, we tend to think communication is verbal because that's what, we use.
They say the first signs of communication are nonverbal. The first 10 seconds, or just like completely like energy.
Like eye contact and, what you see and what the first thing people say, it's real,
Exactly. Like if you see somebody, you see they might be like in a bad mood, so you might not talk to them the same way that you would as if they were in a really good mood. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh well, I might want to leave him alone actually right now because he looks a little upset. Like.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting, So I believe that birds, they definitely do communicate. But like, yeah, I mean, to us, like, I can definitely see it. Because I mean, there's been times it's wild, like where like I'm coming home from work and like there's just like an army of birds just in like the trees, and they're like shouting at the top of their beaks and shit. And it's like crazy. Like, it's just so loud. Like I'm like walking in, and it's just like you can just hear their like just the
trying to say something.
Symphony, yeah, of just all of them just like whistling and hooting and hollering. And it's interesting, It's like, like what are they saying? Like they must be fucking just like having a party up there or something. But yeah, man, and I love like because I have a dog, and I love. Just like how even like dogs, the way they, communicate and, like how they can sense, your mood and stuff just by looking at your face and like your tone. And it's interesting, they're different, they know.
The fucking reptiles, bro, communicate. Yep. Okay. So like they're like my dragon, for instance, it's a completely different type of communication with her as opposed to my cat or my dog. So like, she don't make any sound. With her, it's all like her like eyes. It's like she like sends signals almost through her eyes. It seems like, in like certain expressions, she'll blink a certain way or like. She just looks a certain way, and she's saying something with her, just Her gaze. It's like telepathy with a fucking dragon.
That's awesome.
But yeah, these reptiles are interesting, because they don't talk or make any type of sound. They're super silent. They barely fucking move. Like they just chill.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, different ways of communication,
And I swear they got some type of super strength.
between species.
My dragon will hold herself up on her rock like she's on like a freaking incline. She'll hold herself there forever, all day. She'll fall asleep there. It's like, damn, you gotta have some type of finger strength. I know she don't weigh that much, but she got to have the type of strength in comparison to hold her body. So she got small fingers. You know what I'm saying? She got little fingers, little claws. It's like she's holding herself steady. It's like, dang, that's some strength. That's inner strength. You feel me? I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I remember I saw it one time, and it looked like they're planking.
Straight up, you were saying that. I remember you were saying that. Yeah. Like, it looks like she's planking.
Yeah, that's animals, man, or different cross species communication.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did you drop one yet?
No.
Oh, you can put it out.
Hold on. I got something for you.
Oh, good. Oh, joy. Splendid.
All right, here we go. I'm coming.
Make it rain.
I'm coming for you. And freaking guy. It's different with two people.
Yeah, it might have been different with a third, but two would do.
I see.
Want another shot, though?
Oh yeah, let's do it. Another one. Another one.
Foe.
Another one. There was something else I was talking about. I think we talked about meditation before, right?
Not today, but what about meditation, Lo? What's on your mind?
Fuck, I'm trying to. Did I ever talk about how people meditate, or how I meditate? I think I did talk about it.
I'm not sure, but reiterate. How do you meditate, Lo?
Okay, so whenever I meditate, I try to let it all happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's more of just being okay with everything happening. And you find a zen in that happening. Because you're like in your thoughts a lot of the times. When people try to meditate, a lot of times they can't meditate because they're thinking too much. And for what I always hear about people, they always think they're supposed to not think. You know what I'm saying? But in my perspective, you're supposed to do the exact opposite. You're supposed to think and allow that, but not to let that affect you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to let your thoughts happen and be able to be calm, and find their calmness, in your thoughts and just letting them flow, in that's where the meditation is. That's why they say, your breathing a lot of times will help take you away from your thoughts because you're focusing on something else. Your thoughts will happen. You'll have thoughts even about breathing, for instance, but as long as you bring yourself back just to your breathing, you'll be meditating. You'll come back to your calm, to your center. And that's what I always focus on is just the acceptance aspect, you know, because that's more of what I feel meditation teaches you. That's all I got. Doesn't teach you nothing, but is how to accept things more, you know. So when things come at you and they happen, you're kind of more okay with it, and you're okay to deal with it, you know. From that okayness and that acceptance, you have a more of a strength to be able to handle the situations, I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because things are going to happen. People get mad when things happen to them, and it makes the situation worse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, I agree. That's interesting. So that's how you meditate?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, my meditation, it was mainly, just focusing, on my breath, and trying to get away from thought. But obviously, thought, happens, at a certain point. Because, you're just, you're in that zen, and there are different ways I did it too. Like, I believe I brought it up before with like the beads, just counting the beads, in your mind as you're just relaxed and, in a good posture. And it's,
I feel like it's just about having that point, that guy that can bring you away from your thoughts, while they're happening. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that, because the acceptance is going to happen naturally, as long as you're focusing on, being away with from your thoughts.
Mm. Yeah. I think meditation is really good. It really helped me, especially, just to relax, to find another way, to relax and take a load off. Yeah, it's good. Recommend it, guys.
Wild card.
Oh shit, drop a couple.
I'm finna switch it up on you.
What's that?
I'm finna switch it up on you.
Drop it like it's hot.
Yellow.
Oh.
Make you draw two. It's hot.
That low.
It's hot like that.
Okay,
burning.
Okay. I see.
Sizzling.
Snap, crackle, and pop.
Rice Krispies. Yeah.
7.
Uh-huh.
What you gonna do about that?
I'm gonna do some shit to you. All right. 7.
All right.
Mr. 7. All right, Mr. 7. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
I got 4.
Yeah, you got a 4.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Bravo with a chap.
I got one too. So.
Oh, is that so? Okay then. Very well. All right. There was one more thing. Oh yeah.
Dimensions. So
you believe in different dimensions?
Yes. I mean,
I don't think
I can't prove it. I mean, we kind of touched on it with Kilo Shark.
Did we?
A little bit.
I think so. Yeah, I think I do kind of remember. At least
my theory that we're essentially in a dimension within a dimension.
Exactly, like the Russian dolls.
Yeah,
that's that's exactly how it's always depicted, and how I've always seen it too. So I'm finna do this, bro.
Drop it like it's hot, bro.
Bam.
Yeah, we'll drop it.
Bam.
Oh, cool. I can dig it. I would have done the same.
Have you ever?
Now, do you think?
So like,
what?
I'm trying to formulate the question.
All right, formulate.
See, what is it? Have you ever heard about the idea of moving through or from one dimension to another, or that we are moving into another dimension. And we're moving through dimensions all the time.
No, can't say I've. That's very interesting, though.
There was a movie, I forget what it was. It talked about quantum phasing. And I swear I watched it with you. I think it was Ant-Man or some shit. There was a chick. She was freaking like phasing between the dimensions, in and out of reality.
Yeah. Ant-Man too.
It was Ant-Man? The second one? Yeah. So, damn. I've always had this experience, right? They always say, you know, at least with that idea, you know, they talked about how you'll have a certain experiences on certain dimensions, you know. And I've always felt like I was experiencing certain things, or like I could only have access to certain experiences at certain moments for the longest of time, you know. Like, it was weird where I'd be like in a different state, and I'd remember things that I wouldn't remember in other states, you know, like in other mindsets, and or like just like how I felt. Like it was like an inner vibration, more or less. It was just a feeling, you know. Like I wouldn't have access to certain experiences. It was weird as heck, you know. And in a way, I started seeing it like I was phasing between dimensions. Like I was getting caught into dimensions, you know. That was the only thing that made sense to me. I was like, this is the only thing that fucking makes sense to where my experiences are going. You know, is because they're all in different dimensions. You know, I'm experiencing things in different dimensions. These ones are lower vibrational, so they're only going to be in certain dimensions, you know. And that's why I can only access them in certain dimensions. And then there comes the idea of the multidimensional self, right? Where you're, you know, where we're learning to access this self, this multidimensional self, you know. And that's what I feel like I've been doing, at least, you know, and like learning how to access all these different dimensions. And I like the idea in shamanism of like when you experience things like traumatic events, sometimes you'll lose a piece of you because you're trying to hide from that experience. So you'll leave that piece of you behind in certain events. So you have pieces of you all around. And I forget what it's called. Oh yeah, it's called soul retrieval. So it's the idea of soul retrieval is you going and getting these different pieces of you from all these different experiences and bringing yourself back together, you know, and making yourself whole again. And you know, I feel like that's what I've been doing. You know, we all kind of naturally do that, you know, in healing processes, you know, through psychology and therapy and shit like that. And, you know, there's certain modalities that help with that already, you know, that are more modern. But shamanism been teaching this shit for centuries.
That's real, man. And it's kind of interesting to think about it. I didn't really think about it in the term of like, you know, but you know, the idea that, you know, your mind or, you know, the mental and like the physical, you know, are different dimensions, you know, and like, you know, the other dimensions that we have to explore and you can fully explore, you know, in different ways, you know. Exactly.
Like, we have two sides of our brain, you know, so like you can see it like this. When you're thinking a certain way, you could see that as you're using that side of your brain. You know, you're in a whole different dimension of your brain at that, you know. And when you think about a thing, you know, just that thing you're thinking about is its own dimension, how I see it. You know, so you're in a dimension of itself with that when you're in that thing, thinking about it. You know, like So you're carrying yourself all over the place to these different worlds. And a lot of times we're not aware of it, you know? And for me, the more I've been able to like pay attention to just my thoughts, you know, and my awareness where it's at, I have better memory. You know, I have like, because I'm more attentive and like I'm actually paying attention on a deeper level. I can remember like even the most minute thing, like what I was thinking in that moment. You know, sometimes that's a little hard. I ain't gonna lie, but you know, like I'm pretty good at freaking just, you know, being able to read something, you know, and remember what I read, you know, almost exactly how I read it. Like I'm almost developing like a kind of a photographic memory. It's not fucking fully polished yet. I'm not gonna lie, but
I know.
Yeah, because I used to have the worst memory, so that's what kind of what motivated me to work on my memory too. You know, is I've always had a bad memory since I was a kid. I was like, this is just weird. I hate forgetting shit. I hate losing track of shit. I still fucking do it. I forget something's in my lap, and I drop it when I stand up.
Yeah, you know, these things happen.
Damn, it's still my turn.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Drop as we do that shot.
Bam, wild card on your ass. We going red.
Oh, good. Let me drop mine real quick then you can take a shot.
All right.
Skip 9. You getting flashbacks? Skip.
Yeah, a little bit. But you know something, little kid? It's like, here we go.
Oh.
I got you with that. Let's take a shot. All right, brother.
To infinity.
And beyond. For instance, I don't remember what glass I took the first shot in. So I assume you do.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Yeah, because I was drinking it. I was like, was this the one? I was like, is this the glass that I drink out of? I mean, I suppose it's not that big a deal, but
It's the guy.
ha. Aha.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See.
You're welcome.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Ha.
Oh.
7.
Is that right?
Yes. Indeedy. 'Tis so. I see. 3. That was that 3 for the deep.
Oh, yeah. Wild. Green.
3D for the deep.
Ka-chow.
Uno.
Oh. What to do? Well, man. You cheated somehow, I know it.
I never.
7. Come on. What you got there, huh? Is it a grade? Doo-doo. Yeah, come on. Keep going. Yeah.
Fuck you. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yeah. Oh. So wait. If that's a 1, I could put 2?
No, it has to be a 1 or same color.
Okay.
Yeah. Da-da-da.
All right. Bam.
Damn it, man. Change the color, though.
I don't have those. There's no wild cards right now. Bow. Okay. Okay. Bow. Bow. Shit. Whole deck over here. Look at this guy. What do you got? Blue?
0.
Fuck.
Yeah. What you got on that?
I got 0. All right. What the heck? This is whack. I'm getting a hand. This is not the move.
It's a heavy hand you got there.
Wait, is this wild?
Yeah. Let's draw 4 too.
Damn.
Yeah. Drop a color.
Yeah, let me drop red. Yeah, pick up that. Yeah. All right.
Okay. Draw 2.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. It's a 6.
Yes.
Ha ha. Bam. Yeah. This has been going.
All right. Change the color. Green.
All right.
Yeah. Oh.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, woo.
Damn. Change the color.
2.
It's gonna be red. Yeah.
Why though?
Master Shenlo putting it red. You already know why. 'Cause I'm coming in.
Color change.
Fuck you.
Blue skip 7. Ah, shit.
He said blue skip 7. Well, 3. That motherfucker was flying Ninja Star style. Oh, yep, bet.
Trying to give me a shave.
Yeah.
9. 8.
2.
1.
No. 5.
7.
Here we come with the 3.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck you.
Damn it. Skip.
Okay.
6.
Okay. 6.
6. Uno. Like, go on, look. Do it. Do the right thing.
Fuck you, bro.
This is the guy.
There's no way
Uno.
we can't win. You won.
Boom. 4. That was fun.
I had what?
A reverse. An 8. 0 to 2.
Reverse. Slide to the lip. Slide.
Oh man.
Yeah, Bravo with his chopper on the scene. Can't fire it up. What we looking at? What we looking at?
Oh, time. We're about a $1.04.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, I'll wrap it here, huh?
Yeah, shit, man. That was a good game.
Yeah, it was fun.
That shit was pretty intense towards the end. We were just like, whoa.
Yeah, it gets more intense with more people, but yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Especially with like, the verse and stuff.
We're gonna have to bring Uno with some people, bro.
Hell yeah. That'd be fun.
So, yep. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody tuning in every week. Hope you got something from this. And until next time.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Locksmith, if it hasn't happened yet, we're opening up for JL, Stevie Stone, Locksmith, April 9th at the Roxy. If it hasn't happened already yet either, we're opening up for Rakim on March 26th at the Roxy. So, hit us up for tickets, all that good stuff.
We coming with it. The deep sector on the scene. We running it. Peace.
Always. Peace and love.